What is up, everybody? This is O-Artistry, and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And as you can tell, the music is not on, so I'm gonna have to do that myself. But we've got updates. We got a lot of updates that we're gonna have to get through. So I hope you guys are doing okay, especially those living in the UK with the storm that is literally being, still going on. It's been going for a good couple days. I know there's been some serious floods, some power outages. We've been fine here, but I know it's been worse in a lot of other places. So I hope you're all safe and you're doing well. Now, today we have a special episode because there is a lot of stuff coming and happening in Duel Links right now. Basically, we have obviously the announcement of the Advanced Duelist. So we have a new notice, obtain a legendary duelist, but we also have a skill balance list. We have a new structure deck. We have a regarding to the Forbidden Unlimited to the updates. We also have Legend of Duelist Quarter Century Celebration campaign, and we have an advance notice of a new pickup box that's been added to the shop. So basically, we've got a brand new pickup box, which basically you can get all reprints for a limited time, so that's pretty cool. We've get basically this advanced campaign. This won't be now. This is basically in a couple days, but we are getting a Blackluster Soldier normal type monster. So let me just move myself over real quick. No, there we go. Normal type monster. So the mightiest warrior whose abilities equal the Blue Eyes White Dragon. So this is really cool, actually. So this isn't the ritual variant. This is a normal summon monster. So you can actually use things like the advanced. What's it called now? I think it's Advanced Summon and Ancient Rules, so you can search it and special summon it, because it's a normal monster, so that's pretty insane. But we also get Magician's Valkyria, so this is a legend. I find it a bit odd that it's a legend, because obviously you would normally use Magician's Valkyria as two monsters, so you can do a double lock, so your opponent cannot attack. However, Magician's Valkyria, they're making it so it's a legend, so you can only run the one. And obviously you can only run one legend per deck. So this would be instead of Dark Magician in your spellcasters, but it's a level 4 with 1600 attack points, which I know sounds crazy, but in Rush Duels this has the highest stats. It also looks really nice. I really like the redesign of this card. And obviously its continuous effect is your opponent cannot target other spellcasters other than this card for attack, so that's really good. So we get Dark Sword Magician, which is going to be a 3 of in this new structure deck. So you can basically get this alternative art Dark Magician Girl artwork in this structure deck, which comes with this spellcaster that is added in there. I think we're getting a skill rebalance, which they keep adding, changes and upgrades too. But we also have this. So this is obtain a certain character, proceed through the event to get a ultra rare Galaxy Stealth Dragon and the new Galactic Spiral Dragon. So this pretty much confirms who we're getting from the off. So it's not Yuri. It's a shame it's not Yuri. It's gonna be Mizar, something like that. It's the Barian female. Where am I going? I was like, where am I off? But basically, it's the female from the Zexal world. Actually, no, I'm going to put myself back over here for a quick minute, because we're going to look through all the artworks, because we get a new structure deck and everything. So, that's not all, though. Okay, yeah. So, not only do we have Mimi and all that type of stuff, we have a new structure deck, which it's not actually showing. So apparently there was also 200 gems. We get 200 gems as an apology note for an update. Apparently there was a delay. Let's go to the Rush. Let's go to Sevens. So it doesn't look like there's a video for the Dark Magician Girl structure deck. They normally do something like that for it. It doesn't look like they give us any gems for it. We did have the where should I put myself? Here. Let me put myself in the middle real quick, so we can see what we kind of get in the box on the right, and then on the left we'll see bigger artworks. But basically, we get a lot of cards that we already have, but we also get some brand spanking new cards, so that's also really good. So let's kind of break it down. So the Barrier is another trap card that we get, that we've got in pretty much every structure deck as well as a box. So this is another copy of a card that we really don't need. I don't think we, I think they need to stop adding this. I think, again, this would have been a perfect opportunity for another field spell. Yami would have been perfect in here because it's about spellcasters. But there we go. At least we got the new field spell from the Mimi event, so we got 2 field spells overall. One Side Reverse is another card that we've got multiple copies of that basically allows you to flip a monster from face down to face up. Then we've also got Paka Pakachu. So this is it's a cute card, but it's a card that we already got loads of copies of. Silver Wolf, basically, as well as All-Seeing White Tiger, Magic Juggler, which has 1400 attack points, so it's a shame we're not getting another 1500 beat stick. But we also got Gazelle, which does make up for that fact, but that's another beast. Flame Champion, as well as Hydro Magician. So these are all cards that we already have, so they're all, but they're useful for strategies. So for example, Hydro Magician's good, for spellcasters. Flame Champion's great for pyros. Gazelle, and like All-Seeing White Tiger, there's a lot of beast cards that have come out, so there's a really solid beast structure deck, as well as forest that you can still use. But all the new stuff is on the top, so let's have a look at all the new stuff. So we've got Curtain of Sparks, so this is a really cool looking artwork, I like it. But basically, when an opponent's monster declares an attack and you have no spellcast, and you have a spellcaster in your graveyard, the attacking monster loses 500 attack points until the end of the turn. So that's real nice. I like that. That's actually really cool. Then we also have Magic Curtain. So you pay 1,000 life points, and you can special summon a spellcaster monster from your hand to face up on the field. And this turn, that monster special summoned by this effect cannot be destroyed by your opponent's trap card effects. That is insane. If you put this in with your Dark Magician, then basically that turn, it can't be affected by like Widespread Ruin, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, there's a lot of trap cards, even the Barrier, so that's amazing. Next we have Shining Shaman. So this is pretty much like an old, not an old school card, but it was a card people were expecting in Rush to appear straight away, because I know this is a Yuya kind of, Yuga even, a Yuga card that he basically uses. So if this, you can send this card from the field to the graveyard, and you can select one level 4 or lower spellcaster monster, and that can attack directly this turn. So that's pretty solid. I like that. Basically, you can make any monster have a direct attack. So just in case, if your opponent's life points are low enough, but they have ridiculously high monsters, you can basically go, well, this is just going to attack over it. Next we have Light Sorcerer of Sanctity. So basically we know there's this Dark Sorcerer and a Light Sorcerer kind of like counterparts, but this is an effect version of it, not the vanilla version. But you pay 300 life points, select one monster on your opponent's field, it loses attack equal to the number of light attribute spellcasters on the field times 300. So that's interesting, because I'm not too sure how many, obviously this guy is a light spellcaster and he's a light spellcaster, but I'm not sure how many light spellcasters it actually are, so we'd have to look into that to see how useful this card's effect is. Next we have this. So this is the Limit to 3 brand new Dark Sword Magician. Now this card is actually insane, because this is an old school card. Sorry, not an old school card. This is, basically it looks like Dark Magician, so it's kind of like a retain. And it looks like Dark Magician Knight. That's what I mean by that. But this is actually a 2023, like end of 2023 card that came out, which is absolutely crazy. So, if the number of face-up level 7 or higher monsters on your opponent's field exceeds the monsters on your field, then you could summon this card from your hand face up to the field. That is wild to start with. Basically, if your opponent has a lot of level 7 or higher monsters, you can instantly summon this guy, which is wicked. I love that. But also, it has no requirements as a continuous effect that if you have 6 or more spell cards in your graveyard, this card can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, meaning Widespread Ruin does not work against this card as long as you have more than 6 or more spell cards. That's amazing. I love that. That's so good. And then we get the reprint of Dark Magician Girl. So it's an alternative artwork of Dark Magician Girl. Obviously it gains the attacks of equal to the number of Dark Magician in both players' graveyards times 500. So instead of the 300 like it does in the regular TCG, it gets 500, and we don't have the Dark Magician of Chaos to also give it that attack point boost. So that's pretty insane. So I'm going to pick up one of these because obviously it's 500 gems, so we're going to grab one of these boxes. But that's not all, so I'm just going to move myself back over. There we go. Because there's more that we can look at. So I love the boxes. They always look real nice. Doesn't look like I got any like prismatics or anything, you know, so that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, that's really awesome that we got that. But that's not all. That is literally not the end of it. So real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put sound on. Because I forgot to put sound on. I was too excited. So there we go. Now we got sound as we are playing. So, what else is there, you may ask? Well,
I'm Noah Cassidy.
We got interrupted. We now got more levels. This is something that's really handy, something that was really needed, because if I'm being honest, getting stuck on a maximum of level 20 was so annoying. Especially getting through all the levels, like all the stages. Like, I'm on the last stage, so it's good that they've actually given us more levels. In fact, the maximum level that we can go is level 35, which is actually insane, because this hasn't come out too long ago. So they've now given us a maximum level of 35. And, like, I don't think all the worlds even can get to 35. I think, like, Is it Vrains? I could be wrong here. But isn't Vrains... Where's Vrains at? Oh, Vrains is at 30. No, it's at 35. So we've caught up basically with Vrains.
I created Rush Duel so we can both have a great time.
Let's have a look. So basically, we get 20 skill chips, which are absolutely useless to me. We get, I think it's like something ridiculous. I think it's like 1,600 odd gems combined, I think, altogether with all these characters. But we get these absolutely insane spell cards. I'm going to move myself over again. This is a lot of me moving around in this episode. But basically, requirement is if you have a face-up spellcaster on the field, you can destroy a spell or trap card your opponent controls. That is insane. No discard ability, just as long as you have a spellcaster. So that's amazing. I absolutely love that. We get another deck box as well at level 27, and I think we get 3 copies. Yeah, we get 3 copies of this spell card, which is absolutely crazy, and we get a lot of gems as well, so, you know, that's good.
I'm Luke.
So Luke, interestingly enough, when it eventually loads, here we go, he gets the exact same thing, but with dragons. So if you have a face-up dragon, doesn't matter what its level is, you can use a high level, you can use a low level, it pops a spell or trap on the field. So that's the same with the spellcasters and same with the dragons. So that's amazing. That the more copies of that you get, the more back row you can pop. So that's really good for PvP battles. Absolutely love it. So Gavin is a bit different, see, because Gavin has this card, Shotsu, the Talismanic Warrior. So this is a really cool card. I think it's a really pretty card. But, like, it's a warrior that's 1,000 attack points as a water, and if the only monsters you have on the field are warriors, you can place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck, special summon a warrior with 1,000 attack and 1,000 defense from your graveyard face up in defense mode. So, I think this could be the only warrior. I'd have to double check that has 1,000 attack and defense for now, but they give you 3 copies. So that's really good. So you can run 2 to 3 copies, and it allows you to special summon another one from grave. Good for tribute summoning and stuff, so that's really handy. So, Roa has a spell card called Psychic Divergence, So if you have a face-up Psychic on the field, you pay 500 life points, as, like, you know, Psychics, they like to pay life point damage. You can place a spell or trap from your opponent's field on the top of the deck. So instead of popping it, you're kind of returning it back face up, which isn't as good, but at the same time, you know one of the cards they're going to draw is that spell card. So in a way, that's really good. Because obviously you draw multiple cards until you have 5, unless obviously you have more than 5, then you can only draw 1 card. But that basically makes it that your opponent's not drawing as many cards. So that kind of slows your opponent's deck down a little, which is actually really good. So Mimi has at last one of his spell cards, which is really good actually, Hydration. So Hydration she uses in the event. So basically it's got her, what's it called? The Lamoon kind of monster with 1200 is the tribute. But basically, it also has the GGs in the background, so no Larry would be happy. But if you have 2 or more face-up Aqua monsters on the field, you gain 500 life points, which obviously her strategy is to gain life points. But also, you can then destroy 1 spell or track card on the field. So you get to gain life points, and you can destroy 1 spell or track card. So even if your opponent doesn't have any back row, you still gain 500 life points. So that's what I've noticed with Mimi when she plays this card, and you get 3 copies of that, so that's really nice. And then finally we've got Roa. So Roa, weirdly enough, has Genie's Fire Breath, because Lejin, the Mystical Genie of the Lamp, is a spellcaster, but in this, it's if you control a face-up Fiend monster, you can return 1 spell or trap from your opponent's field back to the hand. So I would say this is the worst out of all of the kind of level ups, because yes, it's kind of handy to return possibly some of your opponent's cards like Widespread Ruin, etc., but at the same time, it's only going back to the hand. I mean, it means they're drawing less cards, so maybe that actually could benefit the strategy because they're not drawing as many. So actually, Genie's Fire Breath could be one of the better ones. I could be wrong there, because obviously destroying and returning is different things. So, you know, but that's absolutely insane. It's good to see that they're getting some extra cards, but also just the fact that they can get to level 35 is so much better, because I've just been stuck on level 20 with all these characters just forever. Like, I've been playing since, you know, obviously I've played Rush since it first came to Rush Duels, so it was always annoying. One thing I will say is just a general update for the Mimi event, because obviously it's ending in a couple days. That basically, it looks like we've got Duel Quest as well, so we've got the Duel Quest until the 31st of January. I almost said July for weird reasons. So it looks like we're getting a bunch of cards that we already got before, but it's good to get some gems. You know, gems are always handy. Is there any way we can get 1 or 2 skill chips, but not too many skill chips by the looks of it. So that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, basically at least we're getting some more dual quests. So it's more gems, more items. So I'm not going to complain about that. So it looks like it's doing it via the event of Mimi. Maybe it will pass on then to you know, the next event. But in terms of the episodes, so basically I've done the Mimi event. I've absolutely just like gone nuts with this event. So did I get the... I don't think I got the skill actually. I'm not too sure. Have I got the skill? That might be the only thing I'm missing, unless I already got the skill. No, I need to summon Dankido 5 times while playing as Mimi, so that's something I'll need to do in the background. But basically, one of the absolutely crazy things that I managed to do was get multiple copies of all these cards. So I literally have 3 copies of Shining City Knights, so that's much better than my Harpy Ladies. I only managed to get 2 Harpies from the previous event, so the RNG was much better, basically, in this. Because I also got, I kid you not, 5 copies of Fashion of Faith, 1 Prismatic, 2 like just rares and then 2 commons of Fashion of Faith. So that's absolutely insane. I also have 5 copies of Seahorse Carrier and 6 copies of Seahorse Server. So obviously you get the 2 prismatics, but I also managed to pull multiple copies. So I've managed to literally do the event. I've got like all of this stuff, like all the points and all that, like, you know, for the icons and everything. So the only thing I'm missing is the skill. So I'll need to get that skill. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, the next video I'm very excited about, obviously, is obtaining a Legendary Duelist. So this starts on the 26th. So this will start Friday until the 7th of February. So that's going to be really exciting. I'm looking forward to that because even though it's funny, this ends in 3 days. So this will end, yeah, on the 26th. So yeah, I'm just absolutely excited to, you know, get that event and start doing that. So very excited. Move myself back over. I don't think there's anything else in Duel Links at the moment. Obviously, you know, it'd be very exciting when we get the Blackluster Soldier and everything. But like I said, that's on the 29th. So that's a log-on gift during the event period. So 29th of January. So basically, don't forget to pick these up because they're really cool. They're really handy. You know, cards to get. So I think that's everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more, you know, videos like this one. And as always, party on, peeps. Take care, guys. It was great to see you, and we'll see you again in the next one.